Hey, it's Swagrid, coming at you again with another low quality, low effort, unscripted video. Hey, so, about a day ago at the time of recording this, a thread popped up on speed solving. This thread to do with cubing notation, and it's all about people being confused about slices and trying to come up with a revamp or rework or overhaul to the cubing notation system to fix slices. Let's just read through this for a second. A few minutes ago, I proposed that MES be changed to follow RUF on the r/cubers Discord. Many members jumped in to support this. One member, Jeed, has been cubing for 5 years and averages mid-9. Speed is not a qualification. Jeed has been confused and irritated by illogical slice notations. I'm sure many of you here have also been confused by 3x3 notation. How S, Z, F are the same direction, but M, X, R, and E, Y, U are not. It is important to keep notation as intuitive as possible, so the cuber, particularly beginners, can focus on the alg, not the moves. I'm proposing that we change the direction of the slice letters, but add a prefix to denote that the sequence uses a fixed notation. For example, UPEM, M2U M prime U2 M U M2 can be written as FN, M2U M U2 M prime U M2. The prefix is FN because it doesn't conflict with the use of parentheses to denote AUF, algangle, and triggers. So that's just the use of, square brackets. Now, here's the thing. I've been cubing for 5 years, and I averaged low 12. So I am a bit slower than Jeed, but speed's not a qualification. At first, I was confused by M slices. Why don't they follow R? And I guess you can see that for all of MES. You have M slices that follow L, E slices that follow D, and then S follows F for some reason. It doesn't follow RUF, it doesn't follow LDB, it follows LDF. It's a bit strange. But when I was struggling with M moves and why they went the direction they did, I looked into why they went the direction they did, and I found out the logic behind slice moves. Each slice follows the layer that surrounds it that is closest to it in the alphabet. Let me explain. M is surrounded by the R and L layers, and L is closer to M in the alphabet, so the M slice follows the L layer. And the same can be said for E, as it is closer to D than U in the alphabet, E follows D. And S is closer to F than B, so S follows F. It's not entirely intuitive, but when you look it up and you see how it works, it makes a lot of sense. Look, I don't mean to shame the people that don't understand how it works or that are confused. I get it, it's kind of a niche thing. I struggled with it myself at first. I don't blame you. I need another sip of my unbranded water. Your Buxton hit me up for sponsorship, yeah? You need to look at this, practically. If we want to overhaul the cubing notation system, it will be such a huge thing. Sure, you can do the little square brackets with fixed notation, but it's a bit strange. Even with the fixed notation written before the alg, I would struggle to read it properly because I'm so used to slices going the way they go because of the reason that I learned, because it follows the alphabet, the one that's closest to it. I would struggle, and this is a problem. We are so deep into cubing already, with such a community and so many resources, that trying to change it is going to be so hard. I saw some other people proposing different names for slices. Trangian proposed H as horizontal for E, and V for vertical for M. I've seen people propose a W for the fixed M because it goes the other way. That's not a good idea. You see, the initial mission statement of the fixed notation was, if I can pull up the quote exactly, to keep notation as intuitive as possible. People are trying to change the letters of the notation when they already make sense. Part of what makes cubing notation so great is that it does make sense. We have R, U, L, D, F, and B. R is right, L is left, U is up, D is down, F is front, B is back. Simple as. It goes by default clockwise. If you want it to go anti-clockwise, you put a prime next to it. If you want to do it twice, you put a 2 next to it. Simple as. But what about slices? They seem a little bit strange. Well, M stands for middle, because when you use pickup and hold a cube, it's the one in the middle. E stands for equator, because it's a line that runs horizontally around the middle of the cube. just like the real world equator line. And S, don't quote me on this, but if I remember correctly, S stands for standing layer, which makes no sense. I think it should stand for sideways if it doesn't already. I might be misremembering, it might actually stand for sideways. It's already intuitive, it makes sense, you can just learn one rule and completely understand it. The letters themselves explain what they are. So here I present to you the cubing overhaul, the notation fix we need. If the S slice doesn't stand for sideways, make it stand for sideways. If it does stand for sideways, good job. Speaking of good jobs, you guys have done a good job subscribing to me, for the new viewers at least. Keep it up. But from the looks of things, YouTube hasn't done a good job recommending me. So that burden now falls on your hands. Please send me to your friends, I need more clap. If you know someone who should be subscribed to Backward Cubing who might not be, make sure to let them know.